I want you to close your eyes and just imagine thousands of students studying in the library of Old Rajnanagar. You know the hard truth? 99% of those people will fail the exam. Only 2 to 3% people will actually clear the prelims examination. And that is why I want you to just spend 10 minutes in this video. I'm Pramod Singh. I've been mentoring aspirants from past 14 years. I've sat in UPSC interview board twice. I want to make sure that every effort that you make will take things to next level. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine thousands of students studying in the library of Old Rajnanagar, Mukherjee Nagar, and other various libraries in India. The table is stacked with books, Lakshmikant, Spectrum, material, test, a pen tab or tab, a mobile phone, watching videos. You know the hard truth? 99% of those people will fail the exam. 99% of those people will not clear the exam. Only 2 to 3% people will actually clear the prelims examination. So what is it that makes you the part of 1%? And that is why I want you to just spend 10 minutes in this video and just listen to the logic I make. I'm Pramod Singh. I've been mentoring aspirants from past 14 years. I've sat in UPSC interview board twice. And I want to make sure that every effort that you make will take things to next level. My students have scored very well. All India rank 4, Priti Mishra, Ruhani Seth, All India rank 5, and many others have certain common pattern. I'm a student and learner like you, and I want to know what makes you successful, and that is why I'm here. But before starting, I want to make a disclaimer. Because a lot of the facts I'm going to mention, you might not like it. And if you don't want to listen, just don't be here, leave. You don't need to be here, because this is for the serious aspirants. The aspirants who want to really make it in the top 1% of the selection system, the game. You know the facts. 10 lakh people apply, 2-3%, 3% people clear the prelims, less than 1% get interview call, and eventually maybe 30-40% people will get final selection. I've been there. And believe me, it pains when things do not go as planned. But on the flip side, when you look at the journey of an aspirant who make it to the final list, you need to understand what are they doing different. I don't want to share those strategies because many of my students have cleared the prelims and they are giving interview this time. So let's understand step by step. The first is, the biggest problem is called the information obesity or information overload, or I would say information terrorism, because of plethora of resources, material, notes, PDFs, Telegram channels, videos, strategy videos, YouTube, toppers talk, individuals who are making effort towards helping aspirants. And yes, you have plethora of sources, but you don't have clarity. You don't know what exactly to follow because you're following too many sources. I just want you to just make a common logic to yourself. UPSC is a selection system which wants you to become more aware and logical citizen. A person who has general understanding of the topics or issues going around, rather than mastering those topics in depth. You don't have to be a PhD holder in the topic. You have to understand that. And that is what is the differentiator of people who make it to the final list. So this information obesity has to be addressed. And that is what I tell my students, that if you study 10 sources and don't revise, things will not work. In my inner circle session, because every Tuesday or Wednesday I meet them and I tell them, let's see, the session is not about knowledge, it is about information. No, it is about logic, it is about clarity. Because when you have clarity, things will happen. So use your common sense logic. One source, multiple time, linking with PYQs, multiple revision, and you know it, but you don't follow it. Why? Because you are impacted by the fear of missing out, the FOMO effect. Every input from your friend, your colleague, your person sitting adjacent in the library, and the videos that you follow, because not one you're following hundreds. It declutters. No, it clutters your mind. It makes you information heavy. It brings fear in you. It tests your judgment. It impacts your thinking and you're not thinking logically. So this information overload has to be addressed with limited sources, and that is what I'm discuss in my sessions every week. Come to there. You can come and join the WhatsApp community group that I have created and see the clarity that you'll get, and believe me, results will follow. There's one more aspect which I want to tell you about, the selection and elimination process. So UPSC is a selection system and it eliminates at various levels. In prelims, they eliminate 97% people. And in interview, they select just 30-40% people. So it's a selection system, it's not a routine examination. And when it's a selection system, you need to understand what takes. So don't study like a normal examination. There is a very famous Ostrich Effect, that when you sense fear, you bury your head in the sand, and that is what we do. Don't do that. Think logically. Come out of that ostrich trap that you feel is there. Because this psychologically, it is impacting you. It is sabotaging your journey. Don't seek perfection, because perfectionism it's a mirage. It's not real. It's a creation of your mind. In fact, the fear that you're having, the self-doubt you're having, is also a fear in your mind. It is self-creation. And I will tell you how to overcome it. But for that, you have to come and meet me every week. So that is what I want to tell. What you need to do is that study less, focus more on the subjects, go deep, because UPSC will award clarity. It will award conceptual understanding of subjects. It will award application of logic, whether it is inference-based question or current trend where only one, only two, only three, all four. Such kind of statements even impacts negatively, because you're not able to ready to face it, and thereby you took a detour. You take a detour to a different route, and that again brings you down. And you feel, okay, maybe next year I will do. No, this year you can make it. We still have more than 3 months of the journey. I tell my aspirant that 3 months, which means you can invest 90 days into 900 hours, is you can revise your syllabus thrice or 4 times. But if you just follow the basic approach. Further, I want to share a very important strategy called Pareto's principle, the 80-20 logic. Do you know, and it is true in life also, do you know 20% of the topics will fetch you 80% of the marks, or 80% of the question. A very good example, in Indian polity, only 2 topics, parliament and fundamental rights, will fetch you 40% of the marks if you see the last few years of trend. In economics, if you just follow a few topics like banking, external sector, agriculture, fiscal policy, basic budgeting concepts, and NCERT, it will help you to solve 70% of the questions of the prelims examination. And you don't know it, or if you don't want to know it because you're running around so much material and PDF, the bulky books of the markets, because every year they come with a new version, new approaches, and that puts you down. So I want to share that, follow this logic of, and use your common sense. Just follow one person, surrender to that one person, and use your own common sense rather than just looking at every strategy which is there in the market, because that is not how things work. And then when you start doing it, it declutters your mind and you are clearly understanding what is the requirement of the exam. Just think logically. Just process all information you have about the requirements and come back to the table and make a strategy. So it is very important to follow this Pareto's principle of 80-20 logic. The next is the CSAT killer. It is a silent killer, and I want to tell you a story of my student who cleared prelims 3 times, and in the 4th attempt, when his attempt was at his best, he could not clear it because of lack of practice, lack of revision, because he came from an NIT of engineering background and he was good in mathematics. But still you have to practice. You have to identify them. You can't take it for granted. UPSC practice is very important, because practice maketh you perfect. It will make you perfect. So when you're studying, make sure you practice, because this is very important. Go to that analysis of your mock scores. Here, I just shared the error log sheet with my students, how they can check the error and they can have an actionable points. And for that, again, you have to come to my inner circle session to see that. And believe me, or you can logically create an error log how to approach that. And believe me, it will take things to next level. Taking care of yourself, your mental health, your physical health. Because UPSC is a marathon. It's not a sprint where you just study for one day. It has taken so many months and years, and it will take another 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. It's important that you invest that. Now, coming to the last part of that is the contemporary logic. Now, try to look where UPSC is heading in the last 2-3 years. The 23, 24, 25 hard truths are different. The inference-based question, the logical question, the elimination logic is no more applicable. So they are checking your conceptual depth, and that is where it is important that your conceptual depth will come from static, and then you top it with current topics. Again, follow fewer sources. And here, if you really want to know, because we are going to work on that productivity mindset and how to eliminate that game. Now, in the end, I want to tell you that success comes with a lot of consistency, a lot of effort, a lot of planning. Because real success is 80% mindset and 20% strategy. And hard work everybody is doing. So you are doing hard work, but it is the mindset and the strategy which I just discussed. Master the logic of preparation. Take care of your health, the physical health, the mental health. And when you start doing that, you become in the top 1% of the people who will be there in the list. Are you willing to get uncomfortable today and be comfortable on the final exam day? That is why I am here. Because I want you to be happy on the final day. When you come out of the hall at 5:30 p.m. in the evening on 24th of May, you come with clarity, see I'm clearing prelims, and you message me or your mentor, sir, I've cleared the prelims, what should I do for mains? That is what is needed. So I'll just tell you a few things and actionable points before we close this and wrap it. First is audit your desk. Have fewer sources in terms of preparation plan. And if you really want a real help, or you feel that what I made or said in the last 10 minutes made sense, join my tribe. Come to the inner circle session, join the WhatsApp community. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, I meet at 8 p.m. I discuss about clarity, about preparation. And we have activities, a challenge in terms of quizzes and test. You can be there. My 14 years of experience and my own learnings, which I take from my students every day, will actually help you to give you more clarity, help you to become more consistent, and understand the requirements of the UPSC, that ecosystem that is required, and that will happen. So stop working hard, stop working right, and I want to see you the inner circle session and see you that in 1%. God bless you. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be regular for preparation updates. God bless you.